Christine, and thanks for joining us for Clearly the Best, Stamping with Close to My Heart.
And I'm Monica, and today's topic is alcohol marker madness. So we're going to be teaching you stamping and coloring with our alcohol markers.
That's right. We're going to get a little madness thrown in there too. I love our new alcohol markers because there's lots of fun things you can do with them.
I love them.
Now this morning I'm going to make this darling card or show you how to create this fun tree. So I'm going to start with my stamp set, and I'm going to ink it up in Versamark embossing ink. So you won't be able to see a thing that I've just stamped, but it's going to create that clear hold for all of my embossing powder in black.
This is a really fun product because you get to see it kind of change right
and
before
come together.
Your eyes.
It is. It's like a little present. So I'm just going to sprinkle and tap, 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 tap.
And there's the image.
There's the image. You can see how it holds on. Now I won't show you the whole thing, but you'll get the idea.
Right.
We'll want to take this and then turn on my embossing gun and wave it over top of the embossing powder until it starts to change color.
And you can see it crystallizing. Yep, it's kind of like
it takes just a minute, and so it takes a little longer than I have, but you get the idea. Just want to wave it a couple inches away from the surface, and then when it's done, it will turn to something like this, which is a nice shiny. You can feel that emboss on it. Now I'm set to do some coloring.
Woohoo!
Got a variety
double-tipped markers.
of different markers. They all have a brush nib and a fine tip nib. I'm going to start with coloring in my beautiful little butterflies.
It's so easy, and because of the emboss, it doesn't bleed through, it doesn't move through, and so it can
For those of you who had trouble coloring in the lines when you were kids, emboss makes it super easy to work on. That's right. Now we're going to color the little birds in my blue. Exactly. I'm just going to kind of move through. And again, you can do this any way you want. I'm just kind of filling in some of those
Close to My Heart has
spaces.
such a great diverse line of outline stamps that give you lots of options to color in.
That's right. So you can really have fun and experiment with this. I'm just working with a variety of our markers, which all come in two pairs. They come in a pair, so you can get a base color and then a coordinating shade color.
It's a great value to get two markers.
That's right.
And by doing more, coloring in more, or going lighter, you get really a lot of different variation of shades, even with just two markers.
And what I like is that it really is foolproof. It really is an absolutely foolproof way. So in about 5 minutes time, I'm going to get this adorable tree.
And you're doing it all with the fine tip.
I am doing it with a fine tip, although because I'm working with an embossed image, I could do it with the brush tip and be just fine as well. But I'm kind of working with that. And if I want to get it darker, remember that alcohol is perfect for layering. So I could do 1, 2, 3 coats, and that tone will just keep getting deeper and richer
darker and
nicer. So within a few minutes time, I'll be able to transform this very simple image to this beautiful embossed and colorful image that I can trim out and mount to any card. Now I know that you've brought some other fun examples of working with these markers.
Very cute and simple card here. You can see it's a really small image, but by using the fine tip, I was able to color in that flower. Really, really easy. This next card here, you can see I've been able to use the different shades as well. And so I've gone in with the lighter shade, then traced over with the darker shade.
Yeah, now people want to know, do I start with the dark first and move to light, or the light first and move to dark? What do you tell them?
I think it's really up to you what you'd like to do, what different things. Here on this one, I did the lighter, then traced over with the dark. And so, and again, however many times you go over it, that's how dark and richer the color will be. And this last little booklet, look at this cute little smash book here. This cute butterfly here was done in different shades, and you can see with the fine tip how easy it is to color within the lines.
And get a lot of precision right inside. Well, and I've got a couple other pieces here that I wanted to show. You know, when you're working with your titling, this is a great way to color in some of these different elements. Now, I've taken the M from family, and I want to show you something on how this works. You can see on my family title that I can actually see the lines. Sometimes you're going to want to see that look where you can see the actual strokes.
And I love the vibrancy of what the colors bring to it.
I do too. And so to get a lined look where I'm even seeing the lines, I'm going to trace the inside of my M. I'm using the brush tip so it's good and fat. And I'm going to just line that inside. And then for a complementary shade, so I'm intentionally going with a different look and a lighter shade, I'm going to work with a different color of green.
Love it.
And I'm going to color very, very lightly. And really, you cannot mess this up because you may see the streaks or you may not see the streaks depending on how many coats that I choose to add.
So easy. It
I'm
reminds me
fill
of
that
grade
in.
school, you know, coloring in, and it's so fun to go back to that.
And coloring is fun again, even if it's a little bit of madness. I also wanted to show you something that's done a little bit differently. Look at this beautiful card. Now it has a very watercolor texture. It may look a little bit different than what you've seen on some of our other artwork pieces today, but that's
Beautiful.
Because this particular image, I took the tulip and I colored directly on the stamp using the alcohol marker. Colored right onto that my acrylic stamp, and then
ink.
Spritzed the stamp while it still had the alcohol ink on it using our spritz cleaner, our stamp cleaner, and that helped the ink to just run just a little teeny bit.
Give it that watercolor effect.
And before it ran,
it
goes right down on the paper, and it gives it a great texture.
And you can just directly color onto the stamp it down, and it just looks beautiful.
Just one more way that you can use those alcohol markers to color madness. Huh?
Well, if you want to learn more about our stamp sets, and we have so many outline stamps to choose from, so you can have fun with our alcohol-based markers, contact your Close to My Heart consultant or go to closetomyheart.com.